There are very few champions in Rage Shadow Legends that can take your clan boss damage and double it. The champion I'm talking about in this video is, what's his name now? Skullcrusher. He's one of those champions in Raid that does such an awesome job at multiplying your entire team's damage. So I want to do this highlight video and show you how I use him in my clan boss build. If you get him early in the game, don't forget about it. You've already beaten the clan boss. If you get him later in the game, he will still serve you all to the end. He's one of those champions that you must take to 60 and use your entire raid career. So let's get right into it. I currently have a clan boss run right now going, so I want to show you his abilities. He only has 2 abilities and 1 passive. So the first one is an A1 skill. He attacks, and does a 50% heal reduction on the enemy. For clan boss, you do not want this skill to land, because remember, you're trying to fill all the clan boss bar with damage and poison and all that. You don't want him to put heal reduction. Why? Because the clan boss does not heal himself. So this skill is not necessary. His damage is based on defense. For his A2 skill, he places 50% ally protect. That means he will put it on the allies and he will take the damage that the allies take. He also places a counter attack, all for 2 turns. And when the allies get hit, they will hit back the enemy that hits them. So while he's taking all those damages, he places an unkillable for him on himself for 1 turn. That means if the allies take too much damage and all the damage get him to 0 health, he will not die with that unkillable on himself. So that unkillable is only for 1 turn, but the ally protect lasts for 2 turns. So that might be dangerous for him, because the second turn of the unkillable has fall off, and then the ally protect is still on the allies. So sometimes he takes too much damage from that. For his passive, it decreases the duration of all debuffs on this champion by 1 turn. So whatever the debuff you place on him, by the time it takes a turn, he will wipe it off. Except the debuff is for 2 turns, then it will apply on him. So those 1 turn stuns, 1 turn, many debuffs, whether it's decrease attack, decrease defense, anything that the enemies place on him, he will simply ignore it and take his turn. Whether you sleep this champion, he will wake up and take his turn. But stun sometimes doesn't make his skill reset. That's why you don't want him taking the stun in the clan boss fight. So by the end of this run, I'll show you his build, his masteries and everything. But just let's see him in action, how he works and help the team. So for this battle, I'll put on my ally protect right now and counter attack. And when the clan boss takes a turn, I'll slow it down. So all the allies currently are doing the counter attack right now, because ScullCrusher here has put the counter attack on them. They have not taken their turn yet. This is all counter attack damage. Now this is still counter attack damage, and now this is them taking their turns. So this is what ScullCrusher brings to the team. None of them took any much damage from that clan boss hit. He will protect them and he will take all the damage. So if you want to fast forward this to the end, I'll put in some timestamps in this video so you can know where you next to see his build and masteries. But just so I can talk a little bit more about ScullCrusher, he works best in brutal, nightmare and ultra nightmare. He is one champion that will be in all those teams. You can build a team around him, especially if you do not have an unkillable teams. So if you also don't have an unkillable man-eater budget, unkillable and all that, my ScullCrusher took me to ultra nightmare, doing a 3-key ultra nightmare before I even had a man-eater to build an unkillable team. So that's why I really wanted to take the time to appreciate this champion today. Now you might think, okay, what about other parts of the game? Clan boss is the best and most important part of the game you should focus on. So when you get a champion that will be awesome for clan boss, but doesn't necessarily, shine in other parts of the game, you're like, is it worth building? I'll tell you yes, because ScullCrusher might come into your arena defense, 3v3 arena. If he places this unkillable and counter attack and you get attacked, the enemies get a bad day. The only thing is why people don't use him in arena a lot is because his speed is usually low. For the clan boss, we don't make him run extremely high speeds, as you can see. So he is usually the last in the clan boss to take a turn. So we run him at 171 speed, as you see when I show his stats. That speed works in Brutal, Nightmare, and Ultra Nightmare. That's where I run him. 171, just one speed above the clan boss. Everybody can be 172, 173, 174. We're not here to talk about the rest of the team. We're here to really show you what ScullCrusher can do. So if you run him in 171 speed, you might see that speed is a little bit low for the arena. Arena, you need 200, 220, 250, you know, and even speed boosted. So if you can build him for arena, I don't think he shines there, but he can be a really, really good protector for all those teams. But since it's 171 speed, that's an awesome speed to run for the Doom Towers, run for the Faction Wars. Is awesome for Faction Wars also. So I think for Doom Tower, he just brings that protection and make sure your allies do that counter attack and do a lot of hits. So that's an awesome way to build him too. So that's where he shines. For other parts of the game, Dragon and all that, it's just a slow run. People bring people who can nuke on all those parts of the game. They don't bring a ScullCrusher in. So that's why I said he shines a lot in clan boss. He's a clan boss specialist. He's not a champion you see on other parts of the game. Sometimes I do see him in the arena though. 3v3 arena. So this is where I use my ScullCrusher. Although I have an unkillable team now, Man-Eater, Painkeeper, budget unkillable team. I have a video already about that team. I still use my ScullCrusher for the Brutal. This is Brutal. I don't use my unkillable team for Brutal because they are not really built for Brutal damage or for syncing with Brutal. The Man-Eater and Painkeeper speeds. Or I don't want to remove one piece and, you know, regear my champions just for Brutal. So I have this my early game team that does Nightmare and Brutal, and I still use them for Nightmare and Brutal. So that's why I wanted to highlight this today. Let me know if you have any questions about ScullCrusher and which champions go well with him. As you can see, he's been placed with Sepulchre Sentinel, also Sandler Survivor, who increases the duration of all buffs on the team, a decreased defense and a decreased attack, and a weaken also in the person of Razin is there, and Awkward Brawler for the poison. That sounds like a perfect team, and they are synchronizing well. We are almost doing a 1 million for 1 million damage with the clan boss. As you can see, this is turn 13, and we are currently at 12 million. So by the time this run gets to the required damage for Brutal is 19 million or 20 million. I think it's 21 million. I'll end the run. I will not let it continue further, except you want to see how much damage this entire team will do. Then I might have to let it run all the way through. But for that to happen, let me the speeds is increased, because that will take a while for the run to complete. Anyways, this is my ScullCrusher. Let's fast forward to the end if you wish to. Yeah, because this is not a run. Let's fast forward to the end so we can see the final damage that will come out of this team. All right, I think this is where the run ends. My ScullCrusher is about to go down. Yes, right there. At turn 50, the clan boss begins to place unkillable with each hit, which ignores unkillable with each hits. So that's what happened right there. And once the ScullCrusher go down, that means the run is about to end. This is literally looking like an unkillable man-eater keeper comp, because we lasted till turn 50, where the unkillable starts to come from the block revive start to come from the clan boss, and then she ignores a lot of, see, everybody's going down right now. So that was 54 million damage, or we really hit 55. And like I said, ScullCrusher did take the numbers you're supposed to do for this clan boss damage from maybe 20 million, and it doubled it. From all those extra hits a lot of these champions are doing from the counter attack, this is what made the damage up to that amount, making sure that everybody stays alive, and he always taking the stun. ScullCrusher dealing only 4 million damage, while others are doing bigger 20 million, 13 million, 9 million damage. So this is a brutal team, just showing you what is possible for early game players. Once you get the ScullCrusher, your brutal is done. Now all you have to do is give him enough defense to do Ultra Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare. Let's go to his build and see what is actually made of. All you're going to find on my ScullCrusher is defense, defense, defense. Like every clan boss champion should have maximum amount of defense, and of course lifesteal to heal back that damage that they are taking whenever they take a turn. So he is currently built in lifesteal. If you do not have lifesteal on your ScullCrusher, he will not be able to heal up, except you have a healer in the team. Also have enough crit rate on him, so sometimes the War Master does not proc. His crit and his normal damage can give him some healing also. You don't always rely on War Master to heal you back to 100%. We'll check his masteries for that. So I have a lot of crit on him. And what you also find is I'm looking for speed on my substat. Defense and speed and crit rate. This is a really old build. I've not revised this build in any way. This is a build I've used since I was doing Brutal. So imagine this build is still very much valid. I even have a 5-star, what do you call it? Chest plate right there. I was looking for speed again on this part and some crit rate. This is an offset build, as you can see, because it had a lot of speed. That's why I put it here. And also flat defense is not necessary. So defense and HP. So you do want him with a lot of HP so he can survive those hits. What you're surprised to see now is on the boots, I do have defense because it also has some speed. Why do I have defense here? Because my ScullCrusher does not need a lot of speed. He has 171 speed, remember. So if I put a speed boots over here, I will exceed the speed requirements. So of course you have defense on the amulet, and also defense on the ring, and also defense. Okay, I do have HP here, but if you don't have enough, if you have enough HP, you can put defense here. So these three are usually defense, but since I have a defensive boot, that's why I came HP over here. Basically, I'm just looking for a total stats of about 51k HP to survive, and also over defense of 5,000 defense over here. So that's why he's able to survive all these hits. And I'm currently looking for 171 speed, as you can see over here right now. And I do not need accuracy on this champion, and that's why this is the default accuracy is coming from my Great Hall, and that's why I see for masteries nothing about accuracy is currently loading here. So that's the ScullCrusher build. For the masteries, you can look at over here. I have him with offense, and coming down to the War Master mastery, and I have him with defense 3 coming down to the counter attack deterrence to also counter attack when somebody is placed with a debuff, and also this one to counter attack when he loses 25% of his max HP. This gives him a chance to heal up with his War Master skill. So this is also an important one for him to heal a little bit. So he does not need the accuracy 3 for anything. So that's why people don't bring ScullCrusher down to the accuracy 3. You might want to give him something like this that decreases the damage the ally receive and all these ones. There are other ones that, Notometer of course. I'm looking for one that makes him no resist. There's one that gives him the ability to take all the damage that allies are taking. So that's my ScullCrusher Masteries and build, and they run with a lot of millions of damages, which I'm going to fast forward, of course. Let me know if you have any questions about this champion. He does not do the work alone. He relies on other champions to synchronize well with him. As long as you have him in those speeds, he will protect your team. As long as you have him in that high amount of defense, you necessarily don't need 5,000 defense. Maybe 3,000 will be enough, because you can see there's a champion right there that places increased defense, although it's not on a 3-turn. So that's the ScullCrusher from the Ogryn tribe. I've also used him to complete the faction wars for Ogryn tribe. Let me know if you have any questions about this champion. Jump on the Discord. Let's set up a team for you, whether you just got yours newly or you're looking to revamp your build to do this more damage to the brutal nightmare or ultra nightmare. He can also do 1 key nightmare with this same team. 1 key nightmare, no joke. So if you want to see that, let me know. I only did brutal because that's the that was the key that I had open right now. I'll see you guys in the next video. My name is Risk5D, and hope you like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Bye bye.